Good evening everyone, I'm Carl D. Welcome to Waterside Fishing Adventures. This is the Sea Channel. So I'm heading across up North Norfolk way and I'm going to go to Cromer Beach, I think. I know most people go on a pier, but there's some spots along the beaches I like, and yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Always good to try new spots. Got a lovely evening, it's still 17 degrees at the moment, and it's 8:30, so it's pretty warm, but there is a chilly cold wind, so it should be pretty good. So I'll do the journey, get the gear on the trolley behind, as you can see there, the baits and stuff, and then we'll walk across to where we're going to go, and let's see if we can get a few fish. So welcome in. Yeah, let's go. Look at that lovely sunset in the background. Hopefully we'll get there and have a little bit of light for setting up and stuff like that. Yeah, sort of half an hour fishing. Normally I sort of start by about 9:30 now, just after on the beach. So, 45 minutes later, we're in Cromer. Just got to go through the town and park on the hill where I normally park. I'll show you that just in case you want to go there yourself. Go up through this road, it's the main way in. Take a right here, cut through, and it brings you onto the other side of the town road. One-way street, and there's a car coming down doing about 50. Otherwise going that quick. Turn right, turn left. Not messing about left and right, but it's worth it because it's free park. Turn right again. Lovely jubbly. And at the end of this little cobble road, this is where you park, on this hill. You can park on either side, left or the right. And so we've got a few waves rolling in, but nothing too crazy. Look quite nice. Literally just going to stop right there. No one's away. Always put your car in reverse, handbrake right up, just in case. Right, I'll get the gear out and we'll go and have a look. So we're down on the beach. I've got two rods out. Got pulley panel on the right hand rod and a 3-hook flapper on the left hand rod at the moment. Just for a couple of casts, let's just sort of see what's happening. Get some baits out there, get the lines wet. Just sort of get used to the spot, make sure we're not going to snag up. We'll go from there. But got the pier over there to be right. Down that way, if you keep going, you end up in Sheringham. And I'm on the main prom. I've got the #1 fish shop just at the top there. And I've got a ramp down to the water down there if I need to land something big. Fingers crossed, a nice big smoothie or something like that. So I'll spin you around and I'll show you what we're doing. So the rods are sitting there like that. See the pier over there. There's 5 or 6 people on the end of the pier I can see so far. I can obviously go down this ramp and land fish down the bottom there if I need to, if it's anything really big, which is good. Nice looking bay. Sun's there going down in the background. I've got me bait, filming gear, me trolley, towel, etc., all sitting there. Now we just need some bites. There's the number one fish shop up the top there, and then you've got a ramp that comes all the way down, like so. So, I've had a couple of casts, and nothing's really happening yet. Had a couple of tiny little knocks, but I think they're crabs, which is not good, but then it is good for the old hounds will be around if there's crabs around. But nothing that's looked like a definite bite yet. And one thing I have done, I forgot the old IMAX suit, so I'm just in the undergear tonight. It's going to be a bit of a chilly one, but there we go. Just going to have to deal with it. So we'll keep casting and hopefully we'll start finding some fish. I can see people over on the pier. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can see at least 8 rods because I can see the tip lights they're using. They've got the green tip lights on the end. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple a bit further than this end just fishing under one of the lights. So there's plenty of people on the pier. There's probably people on the other side as well, to be honest. Pretty cool. Right behind us there's all these big street lamps and that's all lit up. So that's quite nice. Not enough for me to film, I'm having to use my lights, but enough for me to see my rod tips and stuff like that, which is quite cool. I have got all my big lights and that with me, but obviously I'll only use them if I need them. Just waiting for one end to go screaming off. I've got the old drags set loose, just in case Mr. Smooth Hand come along and I'll just what we want here. Happened to me on my last trip, and I beached a really nice smooth hand, which is either double figure or very close to it. And I was fishing the shelf where it go down like that and then down like that, and as I was going down to go and get it, the old hook's pinged, and the next wave come in straight over the top of it, and that went, flapped its tail, and off that went. So that was pretty annoying, and I weren't very impressed on the night, but let's hope we can make up for it and get one and actually get it on camera. I had a few lately of sort of smaller ones, but it'd be nice to get a big one. So I'll keep watching these rods. I'll show you around a little bit as and when everything's all starting to light up now along the pier and along the prom and that, so I'll give you a little look. And hopefully I'll come back with a bite. So as you can see, got 100 lug with me. Got a load of squid and stuff in there with a little bit of frozen ragworm left from another session. Some sand eels, some mussel, some bits of razor, some blacks, some fresh blacks, some frozen blacks. More worms in there. Mackerel, seafood mix, all sorts of stuff in there. We dip. So we've got plenty of baits to go through. Just a case of getting some bites now, so I'm now going to bring it in and try some different baits. See how we go. So I'll put the old tip lights on. The red side is the whole squid rod, the pulley panel. The blue is the free hook flapper at the moment. If we start getting some good old bites on the pulley panel and that, and I'll swap the other one over to a pulley as well. But just giving myself sort of 2 chances at the moment to land a couple of fish. Hoping for some bass on the free hook flapper. And hopefully a smoothie on the pulley panel, or a ray if we're lucky. But either way, it'd be nice just to get a few bites and get away from the blank, and then sort of go from there really. You can see over there the old pier in the distance. Looks nice at night, all lit up. quiet. There's a few people walking about, but not too many. Come on, fishies, we need some bites. It's 10:15 at the moment. High tide is about 11 o'clock. I'd expect to start getting bites on slack and as soon as it starts turning, but you never know, you might get a fish before. So, I don't know what happened there, but the red rod just tore off, bringing in a smooth hand, lost it down in front of me. Went to rebait it, the blue rod tore off, tore off, struck, nothing there. So, I'm guessing another smooth hand bites, the way they went flying, but didn't land either of them. Unbelievable. So they're obviously out there, so we've got the baits back out, all wrapped up. Let's have another go. Ooh. There you go, everyone. We've got a little doggy trying to curl up on me. Fairly decent length, but I can't really hold him because he's trying to curl up. Wow, that was typical, wasn't it? Go and lose 2 smoothies and then land the actual doggy. It's a shame. Everyone just come out of the theatre on the pier, and I must have had about 15 people around me just now. Let's have a look at that. I had to show them all. And then they wanted to know what I would catch around the area and other fish, so I was shooting some smooth hand and stuff on the pictures. And then one of the ladies saw the Northern Lights from the other night and got all excited and had to show all her friends and everything as well. It was pretty cool. So I've got the rods back in the water, they're rebaited with all mixed baits. Got sand eel, mussel and lugworm on one, and then we got another whole squid with the head dangling on the other. So hopefully it's time to get another bite. Should be getting bites from now on for the next couple of hours or so. So let's see what we can pull out. So I'm having fun at the moment. I've literally had 6 screaming bites, like lines, taking line, and I ain't landed one of them. So what I've just done was took this off, because I'm wondering if the hooks are a bit small. I'm not hooking up, so I ain't got no hooks to show you, but I can show you the packet. I'm trying some of these old sea glows. These are 3.0, which is a lot bigger than what I was using now. They're a lot more substantial hooks, so I can give it a bit of welly and sort of hook into it a bit better, hopefully. So now let's see if we can get another one of them bites. Got a single hook instead of double now as well. I've wrapped up a whole squid, put that out, and I'll put a big lug bait out. And hopefully we're going to connect to the next one, because it's becoming unfair now. You see the rod like doom doom. They're feeding really violently, but they're just not getting hooked. Looks like there's a few people on the pier. I keep seeing their lights and stuff coming on, stuff going on. Could be baiting up, I reckon they're pulling a few in as well. That dogfish out there got me. Nice sore thumb along there. Yummy. Right, so this time, hopefully, I'll be back with a smooth hand. There's nothing else that can pull a rod like that. I mean, I suppose a ray could put his wings up in the tide and do it a bit, but you can tell it's a smooth hand just from the way it just goes straight over and start going. I'll try and get one of the bites on camera. Whoa, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting some of the best bites I've ever seen. That's now going again. Look at that. They're like bang, bang, bang. The rods fold over and they run off. And I just can't connect. I ain't nowhere near that rod. That's all doing it itself. Look. Unbelievable. I just can't hook them up. Both rods were doing that a minute ago. No, they're definitely fish because I've had them on, I've struck them and had them on and losing them on the way in and stuff, but why aren't they staying on? Just crazy. I must have had 15 or even 20 of these sort of tapes now. really, really vicious whacker. Sometimes take line. There we go again. Look, rod's bending over. Whoa! But I won't be on there. You watch this time, I will. Well, we can hook these, but we can't get the smooth hands in. Really annoying. Why? Mr. Doggy, decent size. Get him back in, but why am I getting these screaming runs on the smooth hands and not getting him in? Don't get it. I've had well over 20 of them now. And quite a few took the line. Crazy. Right, let's get this one back. Well everyone, we can't keep the smoothies on, but we can keep the doggies on. It's trying to curl up on me. There you go. Mr. Doggy. Let's get it back. So, just met a subscriber who's been fishing the pier all night. He's had a few doggies and a nice bass, but no smoothies. Stayed here for quite a while, had a good old chat, probably half an hour. So, nice to meet you, mate. And as we said, drop us a message and we'll have a fish somewhere. Maybe Sheringham down that end, or maybe somewhere that way, Walcott or something. Something like what we said. But yeah, nice to meet you. Glad you caught a few fish. The old doggies are slowed down on my rods a bit now. I ain't getting them slamming bites anymore, which is a shame. But we're trying. I just found a couple of crab in my freezer bag, so I whacked one of them on one of the rods. We'll see what that does. But I'm starting to get a bit shallow under the water now. I'm now about to rebait the red tip rod. I've got a whole squid just sitting there ready to go. We'll get that back on there. Let's see if we can get another slamming bite. We've got to land one of them smoothies soon. It's just getting silly now. I've had so many on, you can feel them do, you know, as they do when they run off and take line. They're just coming off. But I'm sure we can sort it. I'm sure we're going to land one at some point. So annoying, I could add probably 15 plus, easily, probably more than that. Sometimes I was casting out, putting on the rod rest, and by the time I'd sat in this chair, they were just, a pack of them were just there in front of me. It was crazy. But why they weren't staying on? I don't know if the angle's a bit weird where I'm fishing, or don't know, I don't really get it, to be honest. If anyone's got any ideas, drop us a comment. But like I said, I changed the hooks to thicker, stronger hooks. And I've even gone the opposite way and tried smaller hooks, but neither made any difference. But when the old doggies take it, we get them, don't we? That's annoying. Well, I ain't had anything else tonight, but then not expecting to get much else on the 3-0s and 4-0s. Obviously a flatty and stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to take it. Right, I'm going to rebait the red tip rod. So, we've moved. We're now on the pier, on the same side as what I was fishing the beach, but we ran out of water basically. So I've moved onto the pier and we're going to have a little go out here. We've still got plenty of bait, so let's see if we can get a few bites here. It's now 1:30 in the morning and tide is 3 hours down. So both rods are back out. I'll keep switching through the baits and let's see if we can get a few bites on. See if we get any of them screaming takes on here like we did over there. And let's hope we hook up some stuff and get some good stuff in. Smooth out would be nice. So I ain't moved away from them. That's the only trouble. But nothing I could do. I ran out of water. So let's see what we can do. Well, didn't take long to get a bite, but it's not Mr. Hound. Mr. Doggy. Oh, he's going mental. Another good size one. He's really fighting me. Say hello. There's plenty of them out there at the moment, isn't there? That one is a pretty good size one. It's quite chunky as well. Right, let's get him back over. See if we can find something else. I was hoping that was going to be a doggy. A hound. So I've got crab on the red tip rod and whole squid on the blue tip rod. And I've just tapped them over the side this time just to see if it makes any difference. So the baits are suspended in the water and not actually on the bottom. Sometimes that makes a difference around here. See if we get a few bites like that. So it looks like I've lost my sound for some reason, but basically what I was saying is I'm putting whole squid baits out, crab, big lumps of mackerel, and etc, etc. So the dogfish are still coming in. It's not taking very long to get a bite off them, to be honest. If you go quite close to the pier, so your bait's suspended in the water, you can pretty much get one within a few minutes. Must admit, a few of them have been quite decent size tonight. They're not little teeny things. But it would have been a lot better if we could pull in a load of them smooth and we had them big runs off. But as you can see, another doggy. Let's get it back in the water. No sooner after putting that other one back, the other rod slammed over, and guess what? Missed the doggy again. There must be hundreds of them out there, just getting bite after bite after bite. Can't stop them from taking the bait, to be honest. Nothing else is getting a chance. The bass and everything else has got no chance when these doggies are just grabbing everything I put out there. Well, that's getting a bit silly now. After one rod goes, I'll get the fish in, I'll show it to you, put it back, the other rod goes straight away. And then again and again and again, that's just dogfish after dogfish after dogfish. Just can't stop them. So at least they're not little teeny things. They're giving a little bit of a fight on the way in, but that's all I can get because that's all that's there at the moment. Don't know what's happened to them smooth air and all we're getting on the beach, but this is what we're getting down here. And we can only strike at bites we're getting from whatever fish. Shame my sound went, but I'm sort of guessing roughly what I said. And here's another dogfish. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. Probably going to call this my last cast. Running that wall right here now as well. Only got an hour before low tide. It's pretty shallow and it's really rough. The breeze coming up the pier and pushing waves under, you can probably hear. And I can't really get away from these dogfish. Whew, so back in the car. I did fish about another hour after turning the camera off. When I said I was about to have a last cast, I had 3 more doggies and I had a little schoolie bass. But just couldn't really get away from them doggies, plus completely ran out of water. And now it's pretty light out there, so it's going to be the end of this one. So thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully I'll see you on the beach soon. And some more videos will be coming out every week as normal. Thanks for watching. See you later. So as you can see, it's starting to get light. And it's going to be very light by the time I get home. Got about a 45-minute drive, which is going to give it plenty of time to brighten up. See you next time. By the way, it's 10 past 4. So we put a few hours in. But we started fishing around 8 o'clock, I think, something like that. Maybe a little bit before. So not bad, put some hours in.